Welcome everyone, we are back to play some more realMyst. Last time we finished Channelwood and saw that Cirrus and Akinar are getting creepier than ever the more we listen to them. It's funny, when there was more static, they were less creepy. Now that we can hear them better, I don't want to let either of them out of their books. So, we are back on Mist Island. And we were going to pick our next age, and I said I was going to read out a Stone Ship book, and I'll do that if we have time, but I'd rather read the book about the age that we're about to visit, because I'm really not wanting to ignore my timer this time like I did last time. Video ended up being almost an hour. So, I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes, and we'll go from there. So, I had a thought. I remember this. I wanted to explore this building because I didn't remember which age it was involved with. Ooh, I remember underground, and it opened up to something big, I want to say. Yeah. Generators. There was, and maybe this leads to the age with the there was a vehicle that you had to go through, and I was pretty sure that was the spaceship age. But I could be wrong. I mean, Cirrus and Akinar say there's only 2 more pages. Power. Yep, this powers the spaceship. That's what it does. This powers the spaceship. And since I hate the spaceship, not the age that it links to, but the spaceship puzzle itself, I'm going to let this one go for a second and see. I may not actually have that option. Because if the only other age then, yeah, is a mechanical, I might be screwed. So let's do the spaceship age, and I will try not to be too sad-faced about the puzzle getting into the spaceship age, which is Selenitic, if I remember correctly. So let's, no, not that book. What are you doing? Mechanical. Which one was this one? Rhyme. This looks a lot like, oh, this is extra. Oh, this is extra. All right. Oh, this is the end. This is one I want to read before we end the game. Because I think that's a new book that wasn't in the original Myst. Oh, new content. Oh, love it. Alright, Selenitic Age. Let's see. Drink some coffee, see if I can get my Atrus voice again. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age that has no inhabitants? Wow. I'm not reading very well. I'm replacing whole words with other words. It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined, it almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to you know what, Atrus, you need to get your particles. Work on your particle grammar. I have had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence, more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings of the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like a desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that had been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again to see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Agonar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on the bridge and, well, I have decided to it's a rotating compass and a satellite dish for focusing that looks like audio waves. 3 meters is not enough support for the beams, although amazingly strong. There's the spaceship. To be one of my most prized inventions, I am could never have imagined it to come together quite as, I doubt, what is going on with his ink. Could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued. I am so happy to have completed tomorrow. I am leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteors set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I've copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. I believe this is the sequence in this spaceship. So we'll come back to that. And that's a map of the island and the lake with the meteor sticking out from it. Okay. So I'm going to write this down now, actually, in my handy dandy notebook. We've got, so I'm going to count the black keys as just keys. So we want step 1 is key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step 2, can you tell I'm not a musician, is key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Step 3 is key 23. Step 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Lucky number. Step 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's go power on a spaceship. Oops. Let's go power on a spaceship. Oh, whoa, getting twitchy here. Getting twitchy with it. Oh, mouse. Just because you did this for Portal and Windows updated. I wonder if it undid my mouse fix. Alright. Back here. How much time have we got left? Okay, good amount of time. Alright, so we need power and power to ship. Do I need? I need to rotate the tower. Alright. I need to rotate the tower. Mouse, you are not my friend today. You make me want to go back to a wired mouse. Well, that's happening. Oh. So. There we go. Alright. So, I wonder if there's going to be clipping again, like the first one. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Up the elevator we go. My goodness. Goodness gracious. Alright. Let's go up and see. There's the ship. That's what we're working with here is the ship. Go behind. And we want the key. 59 volts. And I put my pen somewhere. Really, Skippy? Ah, there you are. 59 volts is the combo to power the ship. Thank you, Atrus. Oh, for the love. Okay. And down we go. One clipping error in the whole beautifully rendered game, and I can't stop talking about it because it was during the first time I was up at the tower. Alright, so I think we've got all the information we needed, or that we need. So let's make ourselves an exit. And power on, oh, for the love, and power on a spaceship. No inhabitants in this age, which I'm thankful for after all of those friggin' 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, that's great. Generation switches are labeled by number, but not by. It doesn't tell me how many volts is each one. So there's 10. We're trying to hit 59. 17, 25. 41, 46. Oh. Okay. So we want, that's 71. So we want to take off that one. Add something smaller on. 58. So we want to take off maybe that. Nope, that's too much. Nope, that's too much. So let's take off another one. And another one. And this one. Oh, close. Oh, that's close too. That's 28, so 50. Nope. 58, 57. 60. Oh, bastards. 55. Okay. So I'll take off this one. Add that one. Oh, so close. 51. 58. There we go. 59. Okay. So the proper switches, proper buttons are 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. The spaceship power buttons. All right. So I think now we have to start over. Okay. 1. Nope. We have to completely start over. Let's try this again. 1. No. Wow. Do we have to like leave and come back? We do. It has to completely reset. Okay. Let's try this again. So 1. Oh, it's not doing it. The spaceship gauge isn't going. How do I unblow the spaceship fuse? Marker switch is still set to on. What if I go back down now? Need you to reset. Spaceship fuse. Nope. So there's a game element. I bet I know where it is. Remember we went over here and we went down here and there was this ladder and there was this fuse. All right. I bet you, I think that just reset the fuse. Let's see if I'm right, because I might be completely off base. All right. Oh, good. Okay. All right, timer's done. Let's finish this puzzle and get into the spaceship. And then we'll end it there. 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. All right. Oh, journeyman. I got an achievement. Journeyman electrician. Okay. Nice. So let's get spaceship. Which means the door should now open for us. You know, it was an irritating puzzle back in the original. Oh boy, was it irritating. I'm not exactly good with notes, music, or anything, so, but it is very 50s sci-fi. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's the interface. And here, here's the keys that were in the notebook. Because I'm pretty sure this isn't going to do anything right now. Oh, that's right. I have to match those. Oh, it hasn't gotten any better. I have to match the notes I play on these keys to the slider notes here. And then when they're matched in that order that was in the notebook, then I can pull the lever and I'll get the linking book. So let's save this here. And this is where we'll end. So don't forget about the contest for Gravity Ghost. It's the Steam gift that I've got to give. Again, you need a Steam account. I can't give you a Steam gift without a Steam account to send it to, as far as I know. So if you have a Steam account, the link to the game is down in the description, down in the doobly-doo below. So go ahead and give that a look, see if it's a game you'd be interested in receiving a gift of, or giving on, if it's not particularly up your alley. And go ahead and leave a comment to this video for your entry. And the question I need you to answer is, if you... Here, I'm going to be hippy-dippy for a second, but I don't care. I love it. If you specifically could improve the world in one way, or you already are improving the world, with a skill that you have, a talent that you have, what would it be, or what is it that you're already doing to improve the world around you? That kind of a thing is close to my heart. So leave that comment as your entry for the game, and that'll add your name to the hat. And remember, it's once per video, so if you want to go back and watch the other videos to get the questions and enter in, go ahead and leave a comment there. Once all of these videos have been released, I'll be recording a special video I'll be giving the gift away and recording a special video when I count up when I have a hat. I'm probably going to have a literal hat with names in it, and have a drawing. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that life is treating you greatly. Bye.